What's up, everybody? Welcome to Goat Bros, your go-to place for nonsensical chatter about open world games. I am Chivachat.
And I am DJ Chiva1.
And today we decided on Chivachat to address open world games. You gotta go back, bro. Right in front of that weird statue.
Alright.
We decided to address open world games. Clearly, like I said, with Odyssey out, DJ Chiva1's finally behind the controls trying to...
I'm just playing for the first time, I guess.
Yeah. So we were having this conversation about open world games and how they've developed. And like he was enjoying the graphics. He was seeing how the open ocean looked, how the transition from day to night, shadows to light. And we just decided to talk about, open world games and the evolution, What was the first open world game you played?
Oh, man. That I can remember?
Yeah.
It'll probably be like a GTA. Probably the Vice City, because I played Vice City before I did 3.
You played Vice City before 3?
Yeah, I did. I remember thinking that the guy in Vice City, Tommy Rossetti, was the guy in 3. With just changed his jacket to black. But it's like two different characters. I'm like, how come he's like silent in the third game? Like he doesn't say shit. But they're two different characters. But yeah, it was Vice City. I think that's a pretty good start. Vice City. I mean that world feels fucking amazing from just a tone perspective.
Yeah.
Like it embodies the 80s very well and kind of that Vice City vibe.
You know what's crazy about that? So my first one was what was my first one? It was 3. GTA 3. And I played it when I was much younger. And the crazy thing about that is that I remember years later I was able to actually download it on my phone. Yeah. So I had GTA 3 on my phone. When at some point it was a PS3 game. PlayStation.
PS2.
No, it was PS2 game.
Was it PS2 or PS1?
Dude, you know what? I don't remember.
I think that might have been a PS.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with PS2. I'm sure if we're wrong, people will correct it.
It came out the same time that Halo came out. Combat Evolved. Yeah. 2001. So it probably was PS1.
Probably.
Fuck that guy.
Oh, that's the guy you gotta kill. Oh.
So what do you think about... What did it open your mind to when you played that game?
The possibility that could be real. Like, right. I remember how it was like, oh man, like you can do this, you can do that. And at the time, there was so many, it was linear games. And it was just follow this, follow that, go to the next level. And that allowed us to have the opportunity to do more than we thought we could with a game. Like, to us, it was just a game.
Right.
And now it's like you can just travel. And this is, GTA 3 wasn't so open world to the point where you can just do so many things. It was still somewhat of a linear game.
Sure. In
the sense that you were just able to do more, travel with different cars, steal people's cars. But, running people over gets boring after a while when that's all you can do.
Yeah, I feel like that game hasn't aged well.
No.
I've always said that going back to that game, I can never, when you, rank the GTAs, I'm like, I can't never rank 3 because I know how much it means to the industry when that came out. But playing it back now, I'm just like, I can respect it, but I won't get it.
Right.
Right. And that's fine. I don't really...
And it's clunky, because I did play it.
Yeah, it is clunky. A lot of those games are clunky. The first... Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, but...
But that's where it goes. And then when you go from that to Vice City, which, if you think of it, graphics-wise and
I just think Vice City's a superior game, right? Or is this just me?
I think it's because it's your first one. It's just you. Oh. Like, you see it as, oh man, this is an amazing game. When in reality, it's like, is it though? It's just a slightly better. It's like they just put a different dress on they're putting a dress on a different game. It's GTA 3 in Vice City.
Yeah. But I think San Andreas took it to another level with how big it was and incorporating more cities, even though they weren't fully fleshed out, but they have the San Fierro.
Boom, level up.
They had the San Fierro, Las whatever. Like they had San Francisco, and
Yeah,
Las
San
Vegas.
Francisco, Las Vegas, right?
You know, I thought that was very cool. I still think that's my favorite GTA to date.
Vice City?
No, San Andreas.
Oh, San Andreas, yeah.
It just fucking feels huge.
Wouldn't it be cool if they did a Vice City remaster?
Oh, that would be fucking excellent. They should.
But it's hard to say that with Rockstar though, because look at what they're doing. You know, Red Dead, they're doing Grand Theft Auto. Do you really think that their next title after Red Dead's gonna be a Vice City remaster? I doubt it.
No, it's either gonna be Grand Theft Auto or Bully 2.
It'd be awesome if it was Bully 2.
I've never played the first Bully, but I don't know. It looks fucking awesome, doesn't it?
It does, and if they use the same open world type of gameplay, it would be awesome. It'd be really cool if you could just walk around the school, maybe go to town, do a couple things. That'd be pretty cool. What about the first like big GTA? Was that GTA 4?
Big
Controversial, the one that was like substantially better than the other ones.
You think it was 4?
You don't think it was 4? Substantially better? Where like just graphics wise, it was like it was completely different, dude.
Oh yeah. It changed. I think it changed their what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for?
Aesthetic?
No, the engine.
Yeah.
They had a different engine.
But what about the game though? Because a lot of people didn't. I mean, obviously we all like the game, but
I have kind of a hate-love relationship with GTA 4.
Some of the characters were just like, Jesus Christ.
Well, you can argue that the main character actually has like motive.
It was more story driven.
Yeah, a lot of people like that, and I do too. It's just I don't know when people are like, "Oh, this game's better because it's this." I'm like, no, it's just different. Like I could enjoy being fucking foolish with Trevor in GTA 5, and enjoy being very serious with Nico Bellic in GTA 4. I don't believe in one being better than the other. Because one's more sillier and the other one's more serious.
Yeah, but here's my thing with that story. Like, yes, one, it was more serious, which it's fine. I can understand that, you know? But I never really endeared myself to the character.
Yeah.
You know, before...
Yeah, I enjoy... Yeah, okay.
I mean, you look at every GTA game, you know, other than 4, and there's something endearing about the characters. You know what I mean? Like, there's something you like about
GTA what?
In all the GTA games.
Oh, okay.
Like, you endear yourself to the characters, you know?
Yeah, like Big Smoke or something.
Yeah, like, it's cool, you know? But for GTA 4, I just couldn't. Like, I was just playing a game. He was just a guy in the game. And I don't know. That just threw me off of it.
Yeah, when I first played the game, I was turned off by it. I'm like, this fucking, I'm still pissed by the driving mechanic. Like, I still don't love it.
Yeah. Well, it's not ideal.
It drives like a boat. And then there's people that will say, oh, you know, GTA 5 drives cartoonish. Arcadey is what they use. I'm like, I like arcadey then. And then, you know, it's a video game. Like, you could be as real, your realism shouldn't get in the way of having fun. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So, I didn't really enjoy how sluggish it felt, but it's one of those first games that I actually finished the story mode.
How was that, though?
The story mode was fucking awesome.
Okay. What about with Red Dead 2 coming out? Red Dead 1, the first Red Dead.
Right.
That to me was a game changer. Like...
Oh, yeah. I had Red Dead... The first Red Dead, I bought like a Rockstar pack. Where it was Red Dead, LA Noire, a Midnight Club, and I forget the other game. Or that might actually be it. And I had a Red Dead just sitting there for like a year. I was just like, I don't know if... like, what? It's not better than GTA. Why would I play this game? Like, why is this so... I was also sour on the thought that people were like, this is better... Rockstar's best game. And I was just like, come on, bro. You're just saying that because it's, like, hipster to say?
You didn't roll, bro.
I know, my bad. It was just, like, hipster to play. To say something like that. And I was just like... Nah, like, I don't know. And then I started playing it, and I'm like, fuck, this is very story-driven. Like 4, but more enjoyable, in my opinion.
I like the character.
Yeah, the character was fucking awesome. I don't know, just the Old West.
You know what it was, too, with 4, going back to 4? Is that we love the characters of San Andreas. So we almost wanted to see, like, because it's human nature. We wanted to see a continuation of that story. And when it didn't happen, I feel a lot of us are like, fuck this guy.
Not only that, I think they changed the universe.
Yeah.
Before, they're in different universes. The first 3 games are in one, because they cross paths. 4 is a different universe. It's the same as 5. I think it's called the HD universe. So, I think a lot... And just the new engine. And the fact that it was more grimy, more dark. You know, very DC.
So it was what?
So it was awesome.
Elongated for no reason?
No, it was awesome. No, but you know, talking about other open world games, like the Arkham series is up there. Always without any civilians, of course, because you don't want to be out there Grand Theft Autoing with Batman. What do you think about that? You played some of it, right?
Oh, which one?
City or Asylum was.
But the thing with that is that it's Batman. And for a fanboy like ourselves, it's gonna be hard for us not to like that game.
Right.
It had to be really bad for us to be like, no, fuck your shit. Like, and it wasn't. And so a lot of people are like, oh, we didn't like it, or they'll find something to nitpick on it. I love the game because it was different than what I'm used to. Yeah, it's different than what I'm used to seeing with that franchise or with that character. You know, a lot of the times it's just they're linear games. They're just, you know, checkpoint to checkpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And to see that where you can, like, there was days where I'd be doing the mission, like one of the characters, you know, stories, and I'm like, I just want to like not do that right now.
Right.
Like I'm not in the mood to do that right now.
Right. Yeah, I think Arkham Knight it's one of those games where the third game always has the high expectations.
Right.
And it's like, okay, if it delivers, it's not going to deliver as much as you probably want it to. Right. But one thing I really enjoyed about the game, it's like talking about open world is being in the Batmobile and then flying out and then gliding.
Oh yeah.
That was just like a really awesome Batman feel that you can only have in an open world experience.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I mean, Batman's made for open world.
It is, and the fact that you can do so much, like the approach doesn't have to be the same on every single time.
No, it doesn't.
You know, and I think that's one of the things that was great about that game is that it didn't have to be the same. You know, every mission had a different way to approach it.
Right.
It's kind of like this game right here. You know, Assassin's Creed. Yeah, I can come in here and be stealthy for a minute, or I can just, you know, put my blades on fire and go in and attack everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't always have to attack the same way, and I think that's something that with a lot of games, we never really paid attention to the fact that we can.
Now, how do you feel about the argument about open worlds that they're fun and everything, but sometimes they could be too dense? Like
in what
sometimes
sense?
There's too much that it's almost like fuck. This is too much.
It depends who's saying it though, because here's the thing. Like for me, a working person that has a 9-to-5 job, I have 3 kids, 4th on the way. It's fun to have a GTA game where I can sit here. I mean, I have almost 24 hours in this particular game.
Assassin's Creed,
yeah.
Odyssey.
But that's for the YouTube channel, right?
Right.
And before that, like I can get onto this game right now. Like right now, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do these little side missions. We're not doing the main storyline, right?
Right.
I can do this for a couple of minutes, maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes, get 1 or 2 missions done, and then maybe I don't get to play this until the next weekend.
Right.
That's what having such a robust open world does.
Now, how you're just doing side quests
right now?
Wouldn't you want to like get through the story?
But do you have to? That's my point. Yes, I would love to. The stupid ass hog here, but you know, at the end of the day, to me, what it comes down to is the fact that it's a little bit of both. Like right now, you and I are sitting here. Whether we'd be recording the podcast or not, we'd still be playing Odyssey.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can go and tackle the story mode and progress and maybe pass it. But if that's not the case, if like I get home from work, I'm tired, and I want to disconnect for a minute, I can come in here and maybe do one of the quests for the story mode, maybe do a couple side missions that are not too eventful, and then be good. Mm-hmm. That's what it does. Because I
think that's interesting because that's a very you know, a lot of people in the industry will talk about like, well, you know, you're not doing the story, and I'm kind of that way too. But you're talking from your own perspective of time, right? You can't always not everything has to be like, okay, I have to play 8 hours story, because you don't have that much time.
Yeah, like,
and you kind of just want to, like you said, let loose a little bit and just
like, yeah, I would love to. It'd be nice.
Right.
But it's not necessary. It's not always like a thing where that's how it has to be every single time. Because again, as you get older, and it's not always an opportunity to just say, "Hey, I'm just gonna play for the next 8 hours and shoot a podcast and do this and do that." Like,
right.
Sometimes I just don't have that time, and it's not just me. And as you get older, as a gamer, you don't want to disconnect from the stuff. I mean, I've been playing GTA for how long now? Do I really not want to play GTA 5 because I'll adult responsibilities doesn't allow me to invest the same amount of time? No, of course I want to keep playing the game and have fun and keep doing this.
Right.
I'll play with my kids. I know probably not the best game for my kids, but they enjoy it. They understand it's just a game.
And that's interesting that you bring up open worlds, and obviously that you think GTA, like, I was so young playing GTA, and that's a whole other discussion, right?
You know what it is? It's like cussing, right? Like, we had a discussion at work about cussing around kids. It's not necessarily the words. It's not that, like, oh, you're cussing in front of your kids. Do you explain to your kids what you're saying, what it means? Because if you don't, it doesn't matter. Like, if I tell my son, hey, listen, don't go around running people over. It's not okay. This is just a game.
That's such a weird thing to say, right?
Because it's a game.
Like, not to get too, like, violence in video games, but, like, if my kid's playing a violent game, and being a gamer, am I going to approach that differently? Am I going to be like, well, maybe he shouldn't play this game? And maybe if he does, like, that's weird. Like, oh, you're playing GTA. Remember, don't be stealing airplanes in army bases, and going to your big condo.
I think you gotta pick what you're talking about, though, because at the end of the day, I think I'm about to die. This is the downside to not having audio.
That was a thing that I told you, right, when I went to go get Halo Reach, and they're like,
no, little
are
kid.
you gonna buy this? I'm like, yeah. It's like, you have to be 17. I think I was like 15. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot that this game is rated M. But I never thought of it that way, right? And also, Halo's it's not a gory game at all.
No. So, well, not like
well, not limb breaking like fucking Gears of War or something.
Yeah, like right now, I'm gonna make this guy pay for throwing me off a mountain.
Well, it looks like you're getting his wife there. So
yeah, come here, lady.
But yeah, going back to the open world.
See, like game, this is gory right here.
Sometimes I feel like open worlds could be a bit too dense. Like I don't know.
But it's like options.
It is options. That's why
it's like saying like, oh man, I have too many options for this. Like, really? Is that really a thing? Like,
well, open world in the sense that like you're not gonna finish it anyways.
Yeah.
So if I have so many choices, I'm gonna be like, like this is too much. I'm gonna go play something else.
Yeah, and it's like GTA 5. Like right now, like we finished once we finished the actual like, what the hell? Did you just have an orgasm?
Like Zelda, it's a fucking fantastic game, but I'm like, I haven't touched that game in a while, and not because I don't want to. It's just like I put so much fucking hours in that game.
Yeah.
And I'll go back to it and I'll finish it, no doubt, because I really enjoy that game. But it is fucking huge. It's so much, just piling on, getting certain shit, leveling up your guy or whatever it is, Link, and trying to be as strong as you can to when you get to those big battles. But it is like fuck. Like you love the fact that there's so much and it's so big and expansive, but there's a point where you're like, all right, and it's all like you do it subconsciously. You don't just go, okay, this is enough for me.
Fucking,
yeah. You'll just stop, and then months will pass by and you're gonna be like, oh shit, I forgot I haven't gone back into that game. Which begs another question: is how often do you even finish games?
And that's that's...
I've gone through my catalog and I'm like, fuck, I haven't... Like, I played this game. Yeah. I know how to play this game. I didn't finish it.
Well, here's the thing. I said that in the review for this game. If you're only going to pick up... Realistically, we can only pick up so many games per year. Average people. Right? Not a person that has, endless time to play.
Or you get it free
Yeah, like
because they work in the industry.
not even that. Let's say you're just a high school kid. Like when I was in high school, dude, I finished all these games and I played them for a very long time.
Right.
But an adult with a job and you know, you have kids just like you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you do your basic, you get your job, you get what you gotta do.
Right.
You can maybe do 3 games a year, maybe 4 if you really want to.
Really finish them.
And really finish the game.
And you know, put your time in.
So you gotta be selective. I mean, we said ourselves, if we had to buy one game, right?
Right.
It wouldn't be this game.
No, it wouldn't.
It'd be Red Dead.
It would be Red Dead. Yeah.
And that's kind of how it goes, you know?
That's how it always was to a point. You can't play every single game.
I remember when we got Halo, it was Halo 3.
Okay.
Halo 3. I was working at a tow company, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got off of work, and my buddy's like, "Hey, bro, I just got Halo 3 on release," and he brought his Xbox to work because he worked nights, and he started at 7 at night. He called me over. I grabbed my control, went over to work. We played in the conference room's TV, and we finished it in like 5 hours, 5 to 6 hours.
Played on easy or what?
Huh?
Just like,
No,
we
we were
on
just
easy.
We were just good at that point, you know. We still were able to focus on these things.
And talking about Halo, it's one of those games that really benefit from having it's not an open world game, but it has open world elements or sandbox type of element, like Halo 3 did.
That's not something we can do now with a lot of these games.
No,
I can't say, "Hey, Dre, come over real quick. I got Odyssey. Let's finish it in one night." That's not how this works.
Now that's the conversation of it being too dense.
It takes some of that away, yes, but
again, I'm not complaining that it's too much.
To me, it's a fair trade-off. To me, I'm like, you know what? It's worth it, to be honest.
And then it's like, you know, people. There's a discussion to be had. Like, do you have to finish the game to understand the game?
I don't think so.
Me neither.
I mean, I understand it's just fine, and I don't have to finish it.
Like, I don't like having every single detail. Like playing, like this game's fucking deep.
Fucking Eagle just scared the shit out of me.
Like this game is really deep.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you have to know every nookie and cranny about this fucking game?
If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, yes.
Sure, but like, if you're gonna be doing so many games,
you know, listen.
So many,
if I was able to make money,
and also that's another thing. Like, play the games you want to play. You know, that's one thing I learned. Like, okay, I'm not gonna play every game, and nor should I force myself to, just because it's like another big game that, you know, word of mouth. You know, because I follow gaming, and I know about a bunch of games, but that I don't play.
Right.
But that because I listen to podcasts or whatever, they're always there. But I'm like, I'm gonna play the game that I want to play. Like Red Dead, I know I'm gonna love playing Red Dead. I'm gonna play that game for a while.
Now, would it be different if, like, let's say, you know, we were able to make a living, like, off of YouTube, like some of these YouTubers do? Mm-hmm. Would you play those games knowing that you
if I was making money?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like it'll be a tough dilemma because one, it'll be my job, right?
Right.
But at the same time, you kind of don't want it to be your job.
Yeah.
In a way, because you know, okay, if I'm not the Assassin's Creed guy, right. But you could have some sort of like, it'll be cool. Like, okay, DJ, he's not the Assassin's Creed guy, but I'm interested to see what he thinks about this game because he's not the Assassin's Creed guy.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, so you would play a game that you don't normally play.
Sure.
Under those circumstances, and I think that's the point.
Well, yeah, that's the only reason why I would, right?
And that's how it goes. See, like
Assassin's Creed, right? Am I really gonna spend $65 on it?
No, I wouldn't.
I'll play Red Dead and spend $65 on that.
Yeah, but again,
but if I'm like making money off YouTube or have enough funds to be buying a lot of games, yeah, I'll try more.
Yeah, you know, to me, it's more about the time. Like, if I had the time to invest in all these games, without a doubt.
Like, you don't know, like I paid a lot of. Like Battlefront 2, the Star Wars game, I paid $10 for it. Like, there's a lot of games that I played on Xbox Gold when they give you deals that I paid only $20 or $10 for it. And I played them months or a year, maybe a little bit more after they came out. I have no problem with that. I paid fucking $10 for Battlefront 2 and I still want my money back.
Yeah.
Like, he's fucking... Oh my god.
Okay, how would you feel about an open world Star Wars game?
That'd be fucking dope. Like, going through a planet.
Yeah.
Like fucking Naboo. Or whatever planet. And just like, you know, hey, there's fucking Imperial forces causing trouble up
Yeah.
In the north or whatever, and just being up there with your blaster or whatever. That'd be
Those are to me missed opportunities where they can get.
They need to get fucking Star Wars away from EA.
They do. I think it's
Give it
a
to
matter of
Rockstar.
time.
Give it to Take-Two or whatever.
Please, that'd be nice.
That'd be interesting.
I think at the end of the day, like the thing about open world games is that it gives you that option. You know what I mean? And we, especially in today's society, expect options.
Now, and we also in our today's society, we like things quick. Is that not true?
Yeah. I mean, this ain't quick.
Look at fucking. What's the most popular game right now?
Right now, like
Fortnite.
Yeah.
What is that? That's literally
minigame.
It's not no story. It's not dense in the sense of like, okay, like you literally just kill people that are. You won't even find all the 99 people against you.
Yes.
You run into 10, maybe if you're good.
But get this though, and this is just having conversations with people about their gamers. This game came out, and if people had already left because of Spider-Man,
right?
They left because of Odyssey, and the ones that are left over are waiting for Red Dead to come out so they can leave because of that.
And any game after it, you're pretty much fucked.
Yeah, but that's my point. There's no real, I would say loyalty because that's a little extremist.
I have certain loyalties.
But, no, you do. But I'm saying that game is like that. It's because you know it's going to be the same thing.
Well, because it's Rockstar, right?
Well, it's always going to be there. Fortnite's going to be there. And it's going to be the same thing.
Yeah. Fortnite's the perfect backbone game. Like,
yeah.
The game you come back to. Like, there's times where I'm like, I don't have time to play this fucking game. And then you get a few, games in on Fortnite, get a couple kills, and have a good time, 20, 30 minutes, and then I'm out.
Right. And that's what that game is. So I don't really...
Is Fortnite an open world?
No.
It's big.
Not that big.
Imagine if Fortnite had quests.
Shh, quiet. Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
I wonder, what if Fortnite had quests? Like, while killing people?
Like walk on people?
Like, instead of like, okay, kill people to win Battle Royale. But, there's this farmer over here at this place. He needs some cattle. Just like...
And you need to get through all these people with rocket launchers and suction cup guns to get there.
Yeah, I mean, open worlds... I don't know if it's my favorite type of
game,
though. Is open world your favorite type of game?
Yeah.
I think I'll still give the slight edge to a first-person shooter.
Okay, sorry. Yes. First-person shooter is my favorite, but here's the thing. I've never been that great at it.
A lot of people haven't.
So, to me, even when I played Halo, I was good when I was in high school, when I had the time to invest into getting really good. Even my early adulthood, it was fun. But that's, to me, the difference. Is here I can come in here and play.
Right.
And don't necessarily have to be the greatest player to do this.
No, absolutely. This is at your own pace.
Right.
Your own leisure.
Well,
you can do it with Halo, too. You don't have to play online.
Yeah.
Shooters. I mean, maybe... in 2 years you would have to, because apparently campaign modes are dying.
Right, and like that... Well, you can't kill campaign modes with... in my opinion. You can't kill campaign modes with Halo.
No, never.
You can't do that.
No, Halo... When I compare Halo, I never compare it to Call of Duties or, Fortnites.
No.
I compare it to, like, Mario. Where it's like, that's what it's going to be forever.
It's required.
Right, yeah.
It's required. I'm sorry, but...
You've heard of a Cyberpunk?
A what?
Have you heard of the game Cyberpunk 2077?
I've heard it. I don't know exactly where it is, to be honest with you.
I think it's open world, too. And it looks fucking awesome. It's like futuristic. Like very, I don't know. I haven't seen Blade Runner, so I can't say shit. Like, I don't know, just futuristic. Like cars.
Yeah.
It almost looks futuristic just for the sake of being futuristic. Like there's no like the inventions you see. Like this doesn't make sense, but it's just futuristic.
But it's there. You're like, this seems.
Yeah,
cool.
like the car has like 4 lights. Like it probably doesn't need 4 lights.
Yeah. But it's there.
It looks pretty badass. And it's the same people that made The Witcher 3, which is another big open world game.
Mm-hmm.
That You know, the only criticism I heard about that game is that it's a bit dense. Like, there's so much to fucking do, but they do it right. So
I think that's what it is for me. I can't say that open world is my favorite game or type of game.
I just think sometimes it's too much. No?
It's more of the option. You know, and I think that's partially why Halo is so important to a lot of us is the fact that it gives you that option. I don't have to.
Halo?
Yeah, like if that's not an open world game,
okay.
but I can still go on Halo and do a campaign mode, any level, and have fun.
Go
with it.
easy.
Yeah,
and you'll be done with it pretty not quick, like 20 minutes, but like 4 hours maybe. Especially how like fucking quick they're being done nowadays.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. So open worlds are fun, but they're fun for me is because of the options.
Right.
I can do the mission, or I can just fuck around. So if a game gives me that, I don't necessarily need it to be open world.
Is Mario 64 an open world, or is it a platform?
I don't think it's open world.
Yeah, it's probably just a 3D platform.
It's just because essentially, if you think about it, it's the same thing as the
now,
NES system. It's just instead of sliding.
It's
sideways,
an open world, legit, just
like
open,
you don't
like
where you don't have to necessarily have to do something.
Right.
Sorry, Peter.
Because I remember playing Mario 64.
Damn, they got up like.
But I didn't play. I wasn't into playing like finishing.
Guys, there's a murderer here.
Finishing the campaign of the story mode of Mario 64. I was just more amused at the fucking like just jumping around the fucking castle.
Yeah.
That was like just the coolest shit to me.
You enjoy the small things.
Yeah. So, you know.
That's what you want about the game though, right? Oh, this lady poisoned me. You want to have fun with it. And you want to just have a good time. As long as the game does that for you, like, I think you're good.
Yeah.
And that's what you look for in these type of games.
In any type of game.
Yeah, and as long as the game can do that, whether it's open world or linear or first person shooter, I don't think it matters. I don't think it matters. It's the, like for example, like I can take Halo and play with my kids. And they have a blast. And I think that's what video games are. At the end of the day, it's the experience. The memories.
Mm-hmm.
Why do people hate that Halo had no co-op? It wasn't necessarily because it was like, oh man, it took a big piece of the game. Whether it did or it didn't, it was because you're taking experiences away.
Right.
You know, what's the biggest part of Call of Duty?
I don't know.
Playing online.
Oh, okay.
You know, why? Because it's a social part of it.
Now because they don't have campaigns, so.
Right, it's a social side of it. And
Sure.
it's understandable, but...
I mean, the Halo's campaign is social side.
It's what it is.
At least it used to be.
And that's what people were so upset about it, you know? How many people are really upset that the Black Ops has no campaign?
I have no idea. I'm pretty sure not too many.
No.
Right?
No. Of course not. Because
it's still going to sell 10, 15 plus copies.
That's not what people did. You know?
No.
That's like if Fortnite created a campaign mode.
Oh man, when they had like the Xbox achievement stat that only few people completed Arkham Knight, I almost fucking want to hang myself. I was just so like, why? Why are you at this point? First of all, play Asylum and City and then get to this point. Yeah. Why are you not finishing the story? I don't know, man.
No, relax. Calm down. Calm down.
I don't know.
That's how it goes. So, I mean, my final thoughts on this is make the game fun, whether it's open world, not open world. Just make it fun. Make it so we can have an experience and have a moment and remember these things.
Right.
But yes, open world are great and they're getting better. As good as Odyssey is, I'm so excited to see Red Dead.
Well, yeah, because no offense to Odyssey and no offense to anybody Assassin's Creed fans, Red Dead's going to do it better.
And
Rockstar does it better.
And they have that. We expect it from them. They better do it better. This isn't a choice at this point.
Well, when's the last time Rockstar let you down?
No, and that's my point. Because of that.
Rockstar's never let me down my whole life. That's pretty impressive.
No, it is, and that's what we expect from them.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm not even worried.
I can't wait. So let's wrap it up right there. Thanks to you guys joining us for Chivachat.
Yeah.
Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Join the discussion. And I'm DJ Chill 1.
I'm Chivachat.
Deuces.